Good morning, Friday Fitness on a Tuesday. I'm gonna do the most inane, boring, sparse day of eating that you're ever gonna watch. So it's 8 a.m. now. I got up at 7. I'm just back from a run. As you can see, I'm sweaty and my hair looks dumb. And I'm gonna make coffee.
Suck compared to music from back in the day. Mine is easier and cheaper than ever to make music because I want everybody to have access to that. I remember when I was a kid.
And I will now spend hours drinking coffee and writing blogs. I know that's 11 now. I'm going to have my first meal of the day, and it's going to be 3 scrambled eggs cooked in coconut oil and seasoned with a tiny bit of cayenne pepper. Yep, this is excitement. Fuck it, let's make it 4. Eggs. So right now I'm home alone all day, which is why I'm shirtless all the time and making a video that I think is stupid. But because I want to lose a little bit more belly fat. I'm fasting intermittently a couple of days last week. I did 20 hours of fasting and then a 4-hour eating window. Then the weekend went by and my girlfriend was home and we ate like complete savages, as we always do on the weekends. And yeah, so now I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. And also, this morning I went for a run, fasted, first thing in the morning, and I'm gonna work out in a little while here. What I was doing last week, and most of the time, is I would wake up, have some coffee, eventually eat something small, including carbs, and go for a run, and then work out immediately after, and then have a big recovery meal right after that, and then just recover for the rest of the day. Because, and I wrote this on the blog, I think that's the absolute best way to do a mix of running and strength training. Is you want to do the running first, because it's catabolic and it breaks you down, or so I've heard, and then you can switch your hormones to being anabolic by doing strength training right after and then eating a meal. So that's what I've been operating on, but I felt like it was time for a change and I was just curious to try more things, and it was getting harder and harder to push myself out the door to go for a run because I'm just working out here in my tiny living room, and it's just easy. Like, I don't have to put shoes on even. So I'm always of the opinion that if something is hard to do and you find yourself putting it off, you should just do it first thing in the morning. Just do it before breakfast, no matter what, and then you'll get. That's how I started running 2 years ago. Was just every day I told myself I'm not gonna eat breakfast or open my laptop or do anything until I'm home from a run. So that's how I started this day, and yeah, so I'm gonna eat and hang out for a while and eventually do a workout and then eat more, and it's gonna be dull and boring. Like I said, I'm just home alone all day, so I need to might as well make a video. And next, I'm going to show you my vitamins. Okay, let's talk vitamins. I just started taking collagen because from running and stuff, my ankles hurt, so I thought that might help. I've been taking glucosamine for a long time to ease the joint pain of running. And I was also taking an omega-3 for a long time, and I just figured that out because now I think my diet is getting me enough, as we'll see. So fenugreek is a supplement that I really, really like. It boosts your testosterone and it keeps you regular. So that is just pulling double duty and is great, especially if you are eating a very high protein diet, which is hard on the digestion. Fenugreek is the way to go. And I totally lied, I am still taking an omega-3. I got this for the coenzyme 10, which is just really good for energy. So if you're doing a lot of endurance stuff, Q10 helps your body, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, helps your body recycle ATP so that you can turn over energy faster and just go longer. So those are the 4 things I'm taking right now. Also, just on the counter, since we're here, for a while I was taking 5-HTP and St. John's wort, which are both mood boosters. So if you find yourself in a depression, those can help. And there's some magnesium citrate, which is also really good for your bowels. Sorry that there's going to be unexpected poop talk here. But if you're, again, on a high protein diet, it's pretty hard on the digestion. So what you do is you take around 300 or 400 milligrams of magnesium citrate before bed, and that draws water into your colon and then helps you poop in the morning. So there you go. That's a helpful, useful tip that you're going to feel grossed out by. And this is ashwagandha. It's a testosterone booster, and it does work. You need to take it on an empty stomach. So I am kind of going back and forth on it, and I'm not going to replace it because I have the fenugreek to act as a testosterone booster, but ashwagandha is alright, and it's really fun to say. There's some liquid vitamin D here that you will see come into play later, and then there's just some noon boost that I sometimes have before running, and that is all the vitamins in the kitchen, I believe. Voila, so now I'm going to hit this workout, and don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch it, but I'm going to talk about how I'm actually structuring my workouts right now, because I'm actually kind of proud of it. So what I'll do is write out 10 movements, and I know these are all hieroglyphics to you guys, but I will write out 10 movements and reps, and then just intuitively think, okay, what weight do I want to do that at? And then I will start a timer for 35 minutes and go through the 10 movement list twice, and if there's time left, I will throw in other things that I know I've forgotten. Like, I might realize during the workout that this list doesn't have anything rotational on it, and so I'll do something quickly like that. But I'm keeping my workouts under 35 minutes right now, as opposed to my usual 90, because I have all the time in the world. Because I heard, and I haven't looked into this yet, I heard that working out for under 35 minutes boosts your testosterone but not your cortisol. And so that's obviously better. Not because cortisol is inherently bad for you, blah, 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 but we could all use less stress hormones in our lives. Like, we're all gonna get enough stress hormones just by existing. So a good testosterone boost from a workout. And because I've done this twice now where I've kept them under 35 minutes, I was shocked at how much of a great workout I can get in 35 minutes. Because when I have all day, and it was like when I seriously was like, okay, I want to keep my workouts, because what I would usually do is go through the these 10 movements that I'd written out, and I write out just a different thing every day. And what I usually like to do is write out the 10 movements I'm going to do tomorrow after the workout today. So if I notice that I'm missing something, or I notice that I'm not strong on something, like if I write down, you know, a certain amount of overhead press and it's shockingly hard or shockingly easy, I'll dial that in better for the next day. So it's just a cool way to just work out, always do something different and all that. But what I found with no timer is that I would easily get over an hour out of a workout. And the very first time that just by setting a timer, I got as much stuff done in 35 minutes. It made me just go harder, go faster. And yeah, I find it to be a much better way to work out. Just no rest, no breaks, no nothing, just this sense of pressure, and then you just bang it out, and it's great. So that's the way I'm working out right now. And like I said, I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but I am going to film it and watch a bit of it myself just to see if I have any form issues. And away we go. And then I will eat afterwards and show you my personal favorite meal of the day, the thing that I'm most proud that I eat. So get excited for that. So a long time ago, I made a video of myself doing Nordic raises, and I was terrible at them, so I said I wanted to get better. And I promptly forgot to keep doing them and filming any progress. So, just if my other strength training has had any positive effects, we will now find out. But this is my depth on a Nordic raise. Right about there is where I peak. Now, one thing that I like to have on hand is roasted pumpkin seeds. So I like to buy pumpkin seeds in bulk. Throw them in a pan. Pan in the oven. And then you just leave them in there until you can smell that they're cooking. Take them out, that's that. Then you put them in a Tupperware, leave that Tupperware on the counter. Anytime you're in the kitchen, eat a handful of pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are just amazing. For every single article I come across about anything dietary, pumpkin seeds are mentioned. They're a great source of potassium and magnesium. They're a healthy fat. They're good for your heart. Blah 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 blah. I've been meaning to write a post about everything that pumpkin seeds are good for, so look for that on the blog. And what I'm thinking, and you'll know if I follow through on this or not, is because like I said, I'm just back into being super low carb. I used to just be kind of grain free, and I was still eating fruit, and I just gave that up, and I'm feeling pretty tired and bored and lethargic, so I might eat a teaspoon of honey just to see if it gets me through the day, but I also might not. And I also might drink a beer, and I also might not publish this video because it's just a bunch of scattered nonsense. And I might work out again because that first workout was relatively unsatisfying. Anyway. Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to... There's some yogurt in the fridge. Now, I'm not a yogurt eater by history or by choice, but I'm going to try and pick up the habit, so we'll see how that goes as well. And you can't smell it, but it smells like cooking seeds in here. That is that. Okay, I am going to try some yogurt. Like I said, I don't know if yogurt really fits into my diet or my preferences, but I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see what happens. So let's just throw some in a bowl. It smells like yogurt. I'm not thrilled about that. Let's look at the macros, or even the micros on it. A lot of calories. Well, in a 3/4 cup, that's not much. There's calories, there's fats, there's cholesterol and sodium. And there's some protein. And calcium. Well, that's good. Everyone needs more calcium. That's a good sense of protein. I'm actually, I haven't mentioned this yet, I try and stay really low on the dairy just for the sake of my digestion and my skin. But I am going to eat some yogurt now. First I'll try some plain yogurt, just for the hopefully comedic outcome of me not liking it. I don't know how much I should put in this bowl. Anyway, here's me not liking some yogurt. Ugh. I don't dislike it as much as I used to, I'm sure of that. Now, let's whip in a nice hot handful of roasted pumpkin seeds. I'm fucking up my camera work here. And even though I'm super low carb right now, I hear that a little bit of honey is the right way to sweeten up flavorless yogurt. Now this has, in a tablespoon, this has 17 grams of carbohydrates. This honey right here. Which means I could have this and still be in ketosis, or still like within the limits of a keto diet. So that's none too bad. Let's give her a shot, see what happens. Hold on one second. So we're gonna throw in this much honey. This much. I fucking suck at making these videos, people. Fucking doing terrible. By the way, this is the most effort I've put into any food item today, and it's the most effort I like to put into any food item. I was having this conversation a while ago with a buddy, talking about... God damn it. Talking about how we eat... Talking about how we eat for working out and stuff. And he was like, yeah, I put this, and this in a blender and then drink it. And I was like, man, even that sounds like too much work. Like, and it was all things that I eat, but even taking the time to put them all in a blender and essentially pre-chew it, which is what a blender is doing, I was like, no, I would rather eat a banana and a handful of roasted pumpkin seeds and a spoonful of honey, then put them all in a blender and then drink it. Like, it's just too much work. Plus you gotta clean the blender. Like I am as sparse and bare bones as you can be about food. Even today it feels like this is a silly amount of eating and prep and thinking and talking about food, really. Anyway, let me eat this fucking thing that's kind of like a parfait. Essentially what I taste is honey. This wasn't too bad. If research indicates that I should be eating yogurt, then this could stay. This could become a staple. Eventually, later at some point today, I'm gonna have to make a protein shake. Speaking of blenders, so we'll talk about that then. And I got dressed because I may be called upon to go do a normal human thing today, but wanted to show you just the ultimate sad bro bachelor life meal that I eat every day. And it was actually this describing this to a friend. He said, "Man, you just eat like a Spartan." And I had never really liked that term before. I wasn't into the Spartan race or anything at the time, but I suddenly took pride in how fucking lamely I eat. So I like to take a can of sardines that are in spring water. It's the healthiest of the sardines. I will drain it, I will pour in some olive oil, and I will sprinkle it with rosemary, and then I will eat it out of the can with a spoon. And ta-da, that's that. That is seriously how I eat. Look at my cats. That's Gargoyle. That's Professor Ice Cream. Solemn, dignified, intellectual. Okay, another hilariously bachelor type thing to eat. I actually got this from Jocko, so no one can criticize me for it. But I just like to take a square of dark chocolate, in my case 90%. I'm almost as hardcore as you can go. I've had 99 and I found that I couldn't really enjoy it, but I can enjoy 90. So I'll take a square of dark chocolate and then put a spoonful of coconut oil on it and just pop it in my mouth. And that is about 200 calories of just pure fat, and it's delicious. And the dark chocolate has many, many benefits, including being good for your dopamine and serotonin. Plus, it's a source of magnesium, which is hard to find, everybody. Get your magnesium. I'm trying to do this. Normally I would just be holding the goddamn piece of chocolate, but I'm trying to also film. So that was dinner in the pan, just a kind of a stir fry. I didn't tell Liv that I was doing a full day of eating video, and so I didn't want to include her in it. But yeah, that's what dinner typically is. It was chicken and assorted vegetables in sauce. And that could very well be the last thing that I eat today. And there might have been too many vegetables in it for a keto meal. I'm not too sure, but yeah, if I go full-blown keto, I'll have to find out. Otherwise, I'm just staying nice and low carb, and so today was a success. I will, think about doing this again tomorrow. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.